Have you ever wanted to be good or even the best at 1.9 PvP? Well, I'm not the best, but I am good. So by the end of the video, you will know all the basics of 1.9 PvP. One of the essentials of PvP is a client, which is an FPS booster, and has quality of life mods like Light Mod, Time Changer, Toggle Sprint, and many more. Now, there is a lot of debate, or more like arguing, on which clients are the best, but to spare you the conflict, just get Lunar. If you don't want to use Lunar, then I recommend using Feather or Badlion. Those are some other reputable clients. Once you have downloaded Lunar Client, or your preferred client of choice, you will need to turn on a few mods. First of which is Toggle Sprint. What this does is instead of pressing W twice to sprint, you only press it once. Another mod that is useful is Particle Mod. Go into Particle Mod settings and scroll all the way down to scale and turn it down all the way. This makes the particles smaller so they are less distracting. Now go out of the mods into settings and make sure to turn off dynamic FOV and view bobbing. This makes aiming much easier. Just because you have a client won't make you good at PvP, but what will is practice knowing these basics of PvP. First are sweep hits. These are just annoying, don't really have a use, but what does are sprint hits, which are mostly used to combo, which we'll be talking about shortly. Last, definitely not least, are crit hits. These do the most damage and have brown or white particles depending on which client you use. I said I would talk about combos, so what are combos? Combo is when you hit an opponent 3 or more times and they cannot hit you. Pretty clean, right? The key to a combo is timing your clicks. When you click your mouse button, you will see a bar under the crosshair. This is your attack cooldown. If you click before it reaches 80 to 100%, then you will get a sweep hit. If you click 80 to 100% full, then it'll be a sprint hit. But if you are falling and not sprinting, that is a crit hit. The second most important thing is S-tapping and resetting your sprint. S-tapping is when you press S and then W. This will distance yourself from your opponent so they cannot hit you. Or you could just strafe and press W to get faster combos, so then you kill your opponent faster. Now that you know the basics, you might want to practice on other people, and you might have noticed that I have been fighting real players in this video as well. Well, a good server for beginners to practice on is called PvP Legacy. It's pretty good and somewhat toxic, but overall it's a good server. Once you are far better at PvP, I recommend playing on a server called Stray. Some of the best players and YouTubers, like Intel Edits and Sharpness, play on this server. Sword PvP is the foundation for almost any PvP, like Axe and UHC, so I recommend trying other types of PvP instead of just Sword to avoid burnout. I personally am trying to get better at UHC and Axe PvP, which I find pretty fun.